All right, we're here with Adrian Autry right behind us, Borio's Restaurant, 8891 McDonald's Parkway out in Cicero. Beautiful view. Kind of makes you feel like you're in Florida a little bit.
A little bit of Florida, a little bit of wedding, a little bit of summertime. That's what it says, summertime.
Yeah, it's pretty beautiful. So now you've been out, you've been traveling and all, but how is life right now kind of in this area? Because this is where people don't usually hear from the coaches, and that's why we're doing something like this right now. Is what are you up to?
Well, right now, we just past weekend we've had our graduation. So this is the time that the coaches get a chance to spend some time with the families. The guys that graduated, CJ Fair, Bakita, Rakeem Christmas, who just done something unbelievable. Graduating in 3 years.
Yeah.
So this is the time that you get a chance to spend with those families, the guys that are graduating. Also, just being around the guys and just kind of giving them that final push to finish up their grades. And then get ready for summer. And once summer school starts, all of our guys are always required to go to one semester of summer school. And with the new rule change, which is absolutely amazing, is that we get a chance to work with these guys. So we start working on our individual workouts and getting these guys better and getting them a chance to get better on the court and off the court and get prepared for the upcoming season.
So with this new rule, how does everything work out for you now that you have these individual sessions? What changed for you?
Well, before we couldn't do anything with these guys, only the weight room. Now, they've added that concept of they implemented skill instruction. So we have 2 hours a week for skill instruction. So mostly, you want to try to work with the guys every day. So you'll break it up probably into 30 minutes, 30-minute segments, and get a chance to work with the guys and give them a chance to work on what they want to work on, what they need to get better at. This is the time. I always tell our guys this is the time to be selfish. Work on your game, what you need to be able to do, what you need to be able to get better at.
Right.
So, that's a lot that goes on at this time of the year. And then also from the recruiting standpoint, calling guys, following up on guys. We just had a weekend in April that we were allowed to go out and watch these guys in the evaluation period. Had a chance to do that, but mostly, just around the office, making phone calls, staying up on guys, and checking in.
When you have this atmosphere now with Rakeem Christmas, one of these guys that was able to graduate in 3 years, one of the stigmas with athletes is that they don't care, that they're not going to class, they're doing whatever they need to do to get by, and then he walks across the stage, and I was there to see him at Manly. So what's it like for you to know that one of the guys has done it, they are successful, and he's got more time to play on the court, but he's obviously taking care of what he needs to in the classroom?
Well, I think it just speaks volumes on the type of kids that you have. That it speaks volumes on the type of person that Rakeem Christmas is. But all of our guys. I mean, Michael Carter last year when he finished, right before he took off, he was close to 70% done. He was on pace to almost do the same thing. I think it's changed a lot now. As before, guys, there were so many different other things that were going on. Now guys understand the importance of school, and I think school has become hand in hand with athletics because they put such an emphasis on academics. And our guys, I tell you what, Joe Fields, our academic advisor and coordinator, does an unbelievable job of just communicating with these guys and making sure that they stay up on things. So we feel very fortunate and blessed.
With a guy like Rakeem, now that he has this, now that he's got his degree, and so he can focus, a lot on his game and what he's doing. I mean, how has he responded to this? I mean, is this kind of like a huge weight off his shoulders?
I'm pretty much sure it is. Now he's working on his master's, so we can't talk to him anymore. He's smarter than everybody except Coach Boeheim. No, I'm just joking. I think, for him, it's you have that in your back. I think now it's another goal for him is to try to, finish up his master's. And I think that's the way he looks at it. Rakeem Christmas is a very goal-oriented guy, and just because he doesn't speak a lot or he doesn't show a lot of emotion doesn't mean that he doesn't care. He's gotten better each year that he's been here, on and off the court. And what he did last month is just amazing. It speaks volumes of the type of kid he is. And I'm just excited for him going into his senior year because I think he's going to be phenomenal on the court for us this year.
You lose Tyler Ennis and you lose Jerami Grant. So the big conversation, which we'll get into more and more here at Borio's today, is the thought on it. You and I have had discussions about good decision, bad decision, looking at it from all different angles. I want to start with Jerami because that was one of your guys. When he made that decision, after he took a good amount of time to do it, what was the process like from how you saw it? I mean, what did he discuss with you.
Well, I mean, I wasn't part of the discussion, and rightfully so, because I think that's a family decision.
Right.
When you talk about a kid or someone trying to achieve their dreams and goals, that's what we as a parents, that's what we always tell our kids. You can achieve your goal, go for your goal, don't let anyone deter you from your goal. So I think, when it comes to those type of decisions as a coach, you kind of just try to stay out of it and support it. The family comes in. I mean, he had a great support group. His father, who played 11 or 13 years, his uncle played 15 or 17 years. So they've been around it. They know. So I think they did an unbelievable job of gathering all the information and and supporting him and giving him the support that he'll need going forward. I think Jerami has a very good understanding of the type of commitment and the type of level that he needs to play at and where he's going to. He's going into a man's league, and I think he understands that. And a lot of times, what you worry about is when kids make that decision, they still think they're going to play in college. Now you're going to a different level, and I think that by him making that decision, I thought he had a very good understanding of where he's going and what he needs to do.
When you see him take the time that he took, is that kind of the guy that you always knew him to be, is to not make the quick decision but to do his homework, so to speak?
Absolutely. Jerami's not going to rush into anything. He's very, deliberate, going through it, pros and cons and things like that. So, I didn't think, when he made the decision that it was anything, whether if he would have stayed or if he'd have, which he decided to leave. I knew that it took a lot of thought. It was a thought process. I know he went back and forth with his family, and I know the discussions took place.
As far as, and we've talked about this before, but not here on site, where other people can hear what's going on here and give their own opinions. But his jump shot, what did you take away from where he was at with his jumper?
Well, I think he came in and really worked extremely hard every day to get his jump shot. I think his jump shot has improved a lot. And I think, the one thing about when you go to the NBA and you are a professional, where you're not, you have one job as opposed to, when you're a student, you have two jobs, academics and playing. I think, he'll continue to get better. I don't know why he wouldn't. He'll spend probably more time. And the one thing that improves mostly when guys go to the NBA is their shooting. That's the one thing that, that improves. I think he's got into his mechanics are good. I think it's just repetition and just kind of keep working on it. And again, he's a kid that's 19. He's going to fill into his body. He's going to get stronger. He's going to use his legs a little bit more. He's going to be working with guys every day, perfecting that jump shot. So that leads me to believe that he'll be a good enough shooter.
Before we take our first break here at Borio's, right on the water, McDonnell's Parkway in Cicero, looking at the fact that he's 19 years old, I mean, it's a different game now. I mean, at any given time, it used to be 17, 18 years old you can jump out. But to be a 19-year-old and go to the NBA, in your mind, from what you know and everybody that you've seen and you've helped and even your own experience, can you be ready at 19 years old mentally to go and make a jump like that?
Well, I think it depends on the support group that the team may have. I think it depends on the individual, as the NBA has gotten younger, because you see all these one-and-dones and guys are making that jump earlier. If you follow the NBA, you start to see it's a common theme amongst the NBA staff to have different staff members now. More mentoring, more tutoring, more skill development on and off the court. Before NBA was a place where you went and played, you didn't get better at. Now, the D League, they created the D League, so they understand that their league is younger, and I think the NBA is doing a good job of supporting these young guys as they come up. I think that's why you see those big jumps from guys that, didn't play their first 2 years, and the next thing you know, they have that outstanding year. Yeah. Because the first 2 years, they've been working. You may not have seen them play in the game, but they've been working, whether it's in the D League, whether it's with their skill development coach. And I think that's what the NBA has really implemented and did a great job of.
Adrian Autry right here at Borio's, 8891 McDonnell's Parkway in Cicero. Make sure you make it out here. We're here every single month, and got some nice weather behind us right now. So
nice weather, beautiful weather.
Adrian and I will be talking to you very soon, and more on Jerami Grant as well as the team of the future and where Syracuse looks from here, second year in the ACC.